A lot of times when you go visit a location, it's the most popular place in the area. And who wants to deal with tons of people, a crowd, and it's probably more expensive on top of it.
Right. Travel to those lesser known areas. Sometimes you'll have the area to yourself or a little bit of a crowd, but you'll really get to explore and see the area much better.
Yeah, so this is Daryl.
And Aaron.
On Travel with D&E. Let's get started. Like we said, sometimes going to the tourist trap, the most popular places, is not always the best place to go. Now, it's probably a nice location. That's why everybody's going. But it's worth thinking about doing some things kind of off the grid, off the most popular areas. And you can find some really good spots to or attractions to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of focusing on those touristy destinations, look for a smaller town. We love small town USA. We've spent some great times there for different times of the year and loved them.
Yeah, so I mean, just for an example, like we did a trip to Utah a number of years back. And of course, you got the 4 or 5 great national parks there. But we're sitting there driving from town to town, and we saw a sign for a state park, so we whooped over and went in there. And it had some really, really nice stuff, really nice attractions, and there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah.
So sometimes just doing those things that are not always the most popular places, there's a lot of benefits to doing that.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll have some unique experiences because of it.
And one thing we like to do is we typically do a July 4th vacation or a little trip. And we look for the best small town July 4th fireworks display. So you can go to those big cities and get some pretty good displays, fireworks as well. But these little bitty towns across our nation, sometimes those are the funnest. And to go check out. So just another example. And then also get with the locals, right? So you're passing through an area and you're interested to go there. Talk to the locals, man. They're going to tell you, oh, you need to do this first rather than that. And a lot of times that really has helped us out.
Yeah, sometimes you find the little nuggets that you can look on a website or YouTube, watch some people's stuff, but sometimes if you talk to a local, they know an area that isn't talked about as much and gives you some good advice.
Yeah, I mean, let's say we were in Key West and we went on a Dry Tortugas National Park ferry trip, and we were actually talking to the tour manager. We were saying, what's your favorite place to go eat here in Key West? And he gave us the name of a place, and we wouldn't have went there otherwise.
No.
We went there and it was fantastic. So sometimes just talking to the locals can really help you out.
Yeah. If you are at a place and you have scheduled a tour, actually pull the tour guide aside, or as you're talking, on the tour, talk with them. Sometimes they have some great recommendations also.
Yep. And the same thing applies if you're going to a hotel or a bed and breakfast. We had an example as well. We were in Utah by the Valley of the Gods at a bed and breakfast in the middle of nowhere. Nevertheless, for breakfast, we met some other people that were traveling. They were coming from the direction we were going, and they gave us a hint or a
secret.
So yeah, they gave us a kind of a secret that, hey, when you go to this national park, talk to the park ranger and ask them about, in this case it was some petroglyphs that were not public yet. And so it's just funny, you talk to different people at the bed and breakfast or the hotels, they're going to help you out. They want you to have a good time as well. And so that's a lot of good examples of some places we've been that we wouldn't have done it on our own, just not knowing some of these hidden gems that are out there.
All right, so the takeaway is seek out local recommendations.
Yep. And of course, there's plenty of online resources that you can review that can give you some ideas as well.
Yeah, different travel blogs or websites. Daryl has listened to travel blogs more often than I have, and I'm just getting into them, and it's very interesting when you listen to people who've been there, done that, and have done the what you're looking to go do. So
yeah. And in many cases, what we do is when we're doing our research about a particular area, we'll go to those blogs and those travel sites and look for those hidden gems. I guess I hate to use that term, but those things that are off the beaten path a little bit. They're not always the most popular attraction in that area, and there are plenty of people that do post different kind of places to visit and things like that. And if you just do some research, kind of look off the beaten path, and you can find some pretty cool stuff to go check out that there may not even be anybody there.
You can. And by talking to some people or locals, I learned that if you plug in to the search bar on a website, unique travel in wherever the destination you want to go to, it'll pop up some different things in the normal. Unique travel experiences or unique destinations. If you put in that word unique, sometimes you find some different areas or places to go see within a destination or place than you can normally see it on a search.
Right, and of course another resource is YouTube. Obviously, that's what we do on our channel is we have different destination videos. But there are plenty of other people out there, and it's a good resource to be able to look around and see if you're looking for a particular destination area. There's plenty of YouTube videos that can point you in the right direction.
Yep. Keep them saved. You can save your videos just as to watch later, or you can actually put it, make a folder like travel or Denver travel or, New Orleans travel or whatever. However you want to do it, you can save them. That way you can go back and closer to your trip and remember.
And just make sure you see our videos as well. And there are other platforms, I guess blog site, websites, and so forth that give you some information kind of off the beaten path. And an example of that would be the Atlas Obscura, as well as Nomad Mania is another site we like to check out and just get some insights again into some cool places to visit.
Yeah, and another form of information would be travel podcasts. You've really enjoyed a few.
Yeah, there's a gentleman, I forgot his name off the top of my head, but I think it's Adventure Traveler, and he does basically interviews people who have itineraries for different spots around the world even, and he's been doing it for like 10 plus years. And I think he's around 900 podcasts or something like that. But it's just enjoyable to listen to an expert who's from wherever that particular area is and describe a 7-day or 10-day itinerary. And he kind of walks everybody through that. So it's a lot of good ideas, from a podcast standpoint as well.
Yeah. So I think a lot of times on the way home from work to decompress and not get aggravated at the crazy traffic and stuff.
Try not to get aggravated.
You put on a podcast, instead of putting on your favorite radio station or, just put on a travel. If you're thinking about a trip, that'd be something to do. Or if you're on a trip, maybe put one on and listen as you go. So another tip, travel podcasts.
Then, of course, there are other travel communities. Reddit is always a good source to go about anything, I think. You may have to search for it, but there's people talking about just about anything in Reddit. So that'd be a resource potentially.
Instagram. People are even on Instagram talking about travel and destinations. So that's another great, just use a local hashtag or...
social media in general. So, Facebook. Again, we have a Facebook page that kind of corresponds with us in the travel and cruising with D&E. And so there's plenty of Facebook groups, even though that talk about travel in different areas and different ways of travel, whether you're doing a road trip, whether you're flying in, renting a car and dropping it in one place, whether you're, doing a train ride. It's just, you name it, there's something out there on social media.
The one that surprised me the most was Pinterest.
Yeah.
I'm on there for DIYs, home projects, cooking.
Yep.
Didn't even think to look for it for travel. And I have found some pretty cool things on, especially like he said, we've been to Key West. Key West had loads of Pinterest interests.
Yep. And of course, there are other periodicals, magazines, and our books that kind of go into detail about a particular travel location. Yeah, so a guy that we graduated with from high school years back, he just put together a book on a travel location in Spain. That's where he's basically living now. And so those are just good resources, people in different areas. Again, whether it's a full-fledged book or it's a periodical magazine, it's always a good resource to be able to look through there and identify some ideas for where you want to travel.
And Amazon is just a click away, whether it's Rand McNally thing or 1,000, the book, 1,000 places to visit before you die.
Or 50 bucket list.
Yep. So those, any kind of book if you want it to be a specific area or if you just want to get some great ideas.
And of course, consider your interest. Think about what your passions are. Do you want to see, again, history or people and their culture? Do you want to see animals? Maybe, bird watching? You want to see some deer? Just whatever it is your interests are. There's some good opportunities out there to go and really enjoy yourself and find those things that lead to your passion.
Or festivals, there's festivals all over the United States and abroad that you can do. So if you're a festival person, you could not only stay in the U.S. to travel around, but they have some in many, many other countries.
Yeah, and we love festivals too. Lots of fun. All right, so when you're doing your planning or when you're actually out on your trip, give in to spontaneity, okay? Because like I described in earlier, we were driving one way, we were going to a particular place, and it was like, look at that, that's pretty cool. It's a sign for something over here. Shoot, pull off the road, go look at it. Maybe it's pretty cool, maybe it's not, but the spontaneity side of travel for us is we really love it. We really love it.
We have done that on many road trips. You have a point of interest and you have it plugged in and you're on your way. But like Daryl said, you see a sign that looks very interesting and next thing you know, we're pulling off the beaten path. And
again, we're going to a state park when we didn't, we'll eventually make the national park. But there was some cool stuff there in the state park that we would have never have seen or known had we not just from a spontaneous standpoint, pull over and check it out. And as far as spontaneity goes, don't be afraid to wander around and explore is the point. Sometimes the coolest things to see are right around the corner. And you don't even know it.
So we've covered a few things on the video about, finding the unknown areas. But I'm sure we've missed a few. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, please drop it down in the comments below. Not only are we interested to read them and learn from them, but our Travel with D&E community sure are.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget to like the video, subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this content. Thanks for watching. And as always, we will see you in the next video.